trendy Soho.
So basically the works illustrate the title, which is Visceral Responses.
What most people think of as underground art.
They're poignant, they're sincere, they're direct.
But if you want to see some real underground art... So this is your gallery.
This is where my paintings are.
Chris Pape paints 30 feet underground.
I was at one point going to have an opening down here, but I thought that if we had wine and cheese set out, that the rats would jump all over the cheese and people would freak out and run.
Kind of give us a tour of what's down here, what you've done. The 33-year-old artist's works appear under 5 city blocks.
Tell me about this.
The concept was just to make the two torsos work together.
Tell me about this one.
This piece in particular is taken from a photo by Margaret Burke White that was done during the Great Floods. It's about taking an image that was, to me, very symbolic of the Depression and putting it in a new context.
Why did you choose this space for this?
I had always wanted to paint something here.
It's Chris's spray paint version of Goya's The 3rd of May and a gift to a friend.
It's Bernard's space. I've spent a lot of time here with Bernard.
It's Bernard's living room.
It's Bernard's living room, is what it is.
That's Bernard as in media star.
You got it, guy.
And Lord of the Tunnel.
What's the hardest part about working down here?
You're left to your own devices. I mean, right now we don't have a ladder, so I can't paint.
A man without a ladder.
In the tunnel, invention is the mother of creativity.
Is it possible to use that skid there?
Yeah, you can use this as a ladder.
Today, Chris is painting a portrait of Bernard.
That's good. See, because that's how I've got to paint you. That's the right profile. I'm going to try and sketch it real quick with silver. I only use silver and black more because it seems to work. It has its own expressive quality, which is good.
Chris studied at New York School of Visual Arts.
I sat here and did my thesis for school.
But not all his training's been in the classroom.
I became involved in the graffiti movement.
He got his artistic start 20 years ago.
I wanted some recognition from my peers, and a way of doing it was to write my name on trains. It wasn't just your name on the train. It meant that the night before, you had A, snuck out of your house, B, gone up to some godforsaken neighborhood, C, run down the tracks, D, confronted possibly gangs, police, 675 volts going through the third rail. It was this wonderful machismo type of thing, which at that age is very appealing. Train painting actually came in handy. You would paint your name on the train like that. So, and you couldn't back up because there was another train right there. That's how I learned spatial relationships. Some people go to school for it.
His graffiti tag was freedom in the old days, when his work made the local news. And though he considers himself above graffiti now,
some of the later paintings become more powerful because they're more well thought out.
He's painted a tribute to the old days.
This is you.
That was me, yes. I lived in that jacket. That was my Bombardiers jacket. I got that jacket on, I think, my 16th birthday. It's an homage to my jacket. And then the spray can head, of course, was appropriate at the time.
Below ground, Chris Pape may be well known. Up here, he's hardly a household word. Although hundreds of people go within just a few feet of his paintings every single day. If only they knew where to look.
The whole idea was that you would look through the grating up above and you say, whoa, there's this painting. It drips down through the grating and then it's like invading thirst space. Just a...
But if Chris encourages people to look,
it's always been one of my favorite paintings down here.
He does not encourage them to touch.
You have no compunction about painting over this.
Not at all.
Because?
We shouldn't be painting here.
An outlaw artist has had the nerve to paint over some of Chris's works.
Certainly annoys me. It breaks my heart. It couldn't be restored.
Did you write I Can't Forgive This?
Yes, I did.
Well, this is another that you had to come back and fix.
Oh, yeah. You look at that line there. I would hope that people would just give me my space.
And if he has his space, he only needs a little time. Wow. After just 15 minutes...
I think you did it. I
think you got it.
It looks like him.
Bernard's portrait is done. Problem, if you will, with this is you can't take this canvas and move it and try it in some other location and let somebody hang it in his living room.
Yeah, that's a problem. Kills you when you want to make a living. I would love to make a lot of money. I would love to have been one of those really successful painters. And it just didn't happen. You know? I wound up stuck in a freight car.